Divine peace and love, beautiful souls. Someone I used to know used to say beautiful souls. It gives me the creeps now, but I don't want it to give me the creeps anymore. It's my decision to give words power. And saying divine peace and love, beautiful souls is, that's a gorgeous way to greet someone. And to greet someone that's taking the time to spend time with me. Welcome back to Healing of a Moorish American. Before we get started, I want to share a little bit about my weekends. I hope you had a good weekend. I had a beautiful weekend filled with love, family, laughter, and gratitude. Lots of gratitude. Even though today is a here I go, talking too fast. Even though today is a business travel day, I made sure I stayed committed to my morning renewal routine. I started my day with water. I started my day with prayer and listening to a beautiful devotional message. And I reminded myself that peace isn't something that happens by accident. Peace is something we intentionally create. This weekend, my son came to visit, and my heart was so full. There were hugs, conversations, and precious moments that reminded me what truly matters in life. I also had the opportunity to spend time with my eldest son, his new puppy, my grandpup, and his beautiful wife-to-be. Well, one of these days. Nothing is official just yet. But seeing everyone together brought me so much joy. Can you hear it in my voice? So much joy. As I reflected on the weekend, something became very clear to me. Peace is beautiful, but peace can also make us comfortable. And sometimes when we're comfortable, we stop protecting it. Pardon my smacking. I am in DC. I call it the DC smack. And the juice here is super tangy. So I apologize in advance for that. But don't let it distract you. Focus on the content. Focus on the episode. There is something interesting that happens once you finally experience peace. After fighting your way through chaos, after healing from heartbreak, after learning to love yourself, after learning healthy boundaries, you finally reach a place where life feels calm, the waters become still, the air becomes lighter, your spirit feels rested. And because it feels so good, sometimes you begin making little compromises, small compromises, tiny compromises. Things you never would have accepted when you first fought so hard to create your peace. Maybe it's ignoring your intuition. Maybe it's overlooking red flags. Maybe it's allowing behavior that doesn't align with your standards. Maybe it's accepting less than you deserve because you want to believe in someone's potential. And little by little, compromise by compromise, your peace starts slipping away. Not all at once, but gradually, until one day you wake up and realize something feels off. You don't feel like yourself anymore. Your spirit feels heavy, your mind is crowded, your heart is unsettled, and suddenly you're disappointed. Disappointed in the person you trusted, disappointed in the situation, maybe even disappointed in yourself. But here's what I want you to remember. Listen carefully. Here's what I want you to remember. Give yourself grace. Give yourself grace because the reason you recognize the disruption is because you experienced peace in the first place. The reason your spirit became uncomfortable is because you know what self-love feels like. You know what respecting yourself feels like. You know what healthy boundaries feel like. You know what peace feels like. If you had never experienced it, you wouldn't recognize when it was gone. That discomfort is not punishment. It's information. It's your spirit lovingly reminding you, this is not where we belong. This is not what we work so hard to create. I'm laughing because these are the things that my spirit guides had said to me. I know they were up there probably windmilling and all kinds of stuff. Let me start over. That discomfort is not punishment, it's information. It's your spirit lovingly reminding you, this is not where we belong. This is not what we work so hard to create. This is not aligned with who we are becoming. One lesson I've learned on this healing journey is this. The moment someone can no longer love you better than you are loving yourself, it's time to go. And that's not anger. That's not bitterness. That's not revenge. That's self-respect. Standards are important. Not because we think we're better than anyone else, but because standards protect the peace we work so hard to build. You know your worth. Your standards become a reflection of your self-love. When you lower your standards to keep someone comfortable, eventually you become uncomfortable. And then peace begins to leave the room. Now here's the beautiful part. The good news is that if you created peace once, you can create it again. You already have the tools. You already know the way. You've walked this path before. Sometimes our waters get muddy. Sometimes we lose clarity. Sometimes life becomes complicated. But muddy waters aren't permanent. In fact, mud can be grounding. Mud reminds us to reconnect with the earth, to slow down, to get still, to return to ourselves. And maybe your wooden home has become full of termites. Maybe something you trusted has started to break down. Maybe the foundation isn't as strong as you thought it was. But even that can be repaired. Termites can be treated. Damaged wood can be removed. New wood can be installed. And often what replaces it is stronger and better than what was there before. Healing works the same way. We remove what no longer serves us. We strengthen what remains. And we rebuild from a place of wisdom. And these muddy waters, they're not the end of the story either. Sometimes all it takes is a different perspective. Sometimes all it takes is a change of environment. Sometimes all it takes is a short drive, a walk by the water, a prayer, a sunrise, or a moment of stillness. Before you know it, those muddy waters can become beautiful salt water, stretching as far as the eye can see. Clear, refreshing, healing. So if your peace has been disrupted, don't panic. Don't shame yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Simply acknowledge what happened. Thank the experience for the lesson. Remember who you are. Return to your standards. Return to your self-love. Return to your peace. Because the beautiful thing about being the creator of your own peace is that no matter what happens, you can always create it again. Thank you for joining me on this healing journey. Until next time, continue choosing yourself, continue healing, and continue protecting the peace you worked so hard to create. And I'll close with this. Divine peace and love, beautiful souls.